Station.
Hi, I'm Mike with Suitables, here with the instructional build video for the Suitables Bulldozer. Here it is complete. Now, let's get building. Alright, so to get building your Suitables Bulldozer, just go ahead and take your kit box, open it up. You're going to remove some of the taped down pieces here that are taped down to prevent them from sliding around during shipping to protect them. And then just go ahead and slide all the pieces out of the kit box onto a table and spread them out. We also hide some of the more delicate pieces of the kit inside the larger main body structure, so make sure you reach in there and gently pull those out and set them aside. Now before we get building, one of the things we need to do is pop out all of these little cardboard chads that you see around all the kit pieces. So go ahead and pop out those little cardboard chads or scraps and throw those out. I like to use my thumbnail or fingernail just to push them through on one side and then pull them out on the other side. And then we're ready to get building once you've done that. So we're going to start by grabbing our sound module. We're going to be installing it into the control panel using the 7-inch twin stick strip. So start by pre-folding the control panel on the back side there. And then what we're going to do is take our sound module out of the little baggie. It has the batteries pre-installed. Switch it to the on position and make sure it's working properly by pressing the button on the front. And then what we're going to be doing is just aligning the sound module to the holes on the panel. So remove the backing from the 7-inch twin stick strip and then center it over the bottom of the sound module, just like this. And then you're going to press it on and then press the sides on as well. Press those on, and then you're going to fold back the loose ends. Just fold them back so they're out of the way. And then what we can do is fold them back, hold them out of the way, and align the sound module to the holes on the control panel, just like this. Once it's aligned, go ahead and release the loose ends and then press them down. Next, we're going to pop up the main body structure, and we're going to go on to step 2 here. Before we do that, we need to pre-fold all of the flaps here. So pre-fold flaps 2A and 2B. There's an A side and a B side to the Bulldozer, so you can kind of see that here with the lettering scheme. And then fold tabs 2A and 2B down, and you're just going to fold this panel until you insert tabs 2A and 2B into their respective slots on either side. Just kind of slowly work those in little by little, a little at a time on each side. If you do it gently, a little at a time, you won't crease or fold the cardboard where you don't want to. So snap that panel in. And then we're going to come along to the other flaps here and just fold those in. All right, make sure you break those all in, fold them in. And now we're going to grab our rear panel section, the back panel. Here's our back panel with tabs. You can see 5A and 5B lining up there, 4A and 4B, and then 3A and 3B. So we're going to start by installing tabs 3A and 3B. And just go ahead and break in all the score lines on the tabs. And then start to insert tabs 3A and B into their slots. You can pull from the inside while you push from the outside. And then you're going to rotate it up, and you're going to help guide tabs 4A and 4B into their respective slots on either side. And just work them in little by little. You don't want to snap these in quite yet. You just want to kind of work them in. Sometimes it helps to pinch the front of the tab, the tip of the tab, just to help it get into its opening. Makes it a little bit easier. And then fold on these score lines on tabs 5A and B, and then insert those to their respective slots there. And push it in until it's all snapped into place. Nice and snug. Next, we're going to move on to the front section here. So we're going to start by pre-folding all of the flaps on the front here, just like you see. Just pre-fold all those, fold them in pretty well. Really break in those score lines. And then we're going to move to this little panel here, right here at the bottom. Pre-fold that flap and these little tabs. And then we're going to be installing tabs 6A and 6B into their respective slots. These are some of the real tiny tabs, some of the tiniest ones we made. So go ahead and insert those, lock them into place. All right, looking good. Now we can grab the front panel. And here's the front panel. We're going to start by You can see how that goes on, 7A and 7B, and all the tabs line up to the slots, so you get an idea of what we're going to be doing here. And what we're going to do is we're going to start just by pre-folding on the score lines on this piece. Now there is a back fold on this piece, and you can see that right here. We're going to back fold it just like that after we've broken it in. And that's how the piece will look when it's on the body. Pre-fold all the tabs. And then we're going to come over to tabs 7A and 7B. We're going to install those at the bottom. You can pull it in from the inside, give them a tug until they snap in. And then we're going to rotate this front panel up and progressively start installing those tabs little by little. 8A, 8B, and then move on to 9A and 9B. So snap those in. And then you can move on to 9A on the A side here, and then move on to 9B on the B side. Really work those in, get them all the way in. And then you can rotate this front panel forward and then make room to get those last tabs in, 10A and 10B and 11. And we also put these little score bends in these little curl bends in these tabs here, 11A and B, to help you get them in a lot easier. So push those in, snap them into place. Next, we're going to be installing the hook Velcro adhesive strips into the Bulldozer. Start by removing the backing from one of the strips, and we're going to come inside with the model flipped upside down, and we're going to install them right here along the roof there, that top section on the inside. Make sure you do it on a flat table surface, and you really want to rub these down well. Press them down hard to make sure they secure really well to the model. Placement isn't super critical on these. You just want to make sure we get a good foundation for the straps that we're going to be installing in the next step. Press that down, rub it down really well. Next, we're going to take our loop Velcro strap. The entire strap is loop Velcro. We're going to be installing these in a cross or X pattern from one Velcro strip across the other side of the opening to the other. And you can take up or take in as much slack as you need to on the strap here to adjust the height that the Bulldozer will sit on your child. They are soft and stretchy and very comfortable too. So we're going to go ahead and install this one in an X in the cross pattern there. Make sure you make it even on both sides. The slack on both sides needs to be even so it sits level. And then when you flip it over, you can see the straps installed here. We want the X that you see right here to sit on the child's back, and then the opening right here to sit on the child's chest or neck area. Next, we're going to be installing the control panel here in step 12. And you can see the little tabs here. We're going to flip those. You want to line up tab 12A and B to their respective sides. Make sure your on switch is on. So line up 12A and 12B so it faces the right direction. And then we want to just start inserting all of these tabs. And you can start with any tab you want, it doesn't matter which one. I like to start at the front and then just kind of work my way back around the sides and back. And little by little, just help all of those tabs find their slots. Once they're all sort of in their slots, you can slowly start working the piece down. And you want to be careful not to bend this piece because there are some sharp corners here that are delicate. So just take your time, be patient, and work it little by little. You can also reach inside and pull down on those tabs to help them go down while you push on the top. And there it is. Next, we're going to move on to the rear section, step 13. Go ahead and pre-fold all of the flaps here and the tabs, and then kind of build the piece out. Just kind of squeeze it all together. And again, we're going to be installing tabs 13A and B on their respective sides. So just kind of fold the piece to build the shape. And there's the shape. And then help all of these tabs find their slots. Just guide them all into place gently. And then start working them in little by little as you go around to all the tabs. You want to kind of do it evenly, a little at a time, all the way around until they're all snapped into place. And there you go. Next, we're going to move on to the tread pieces in step 14 here. So we're going to start by pre-folding the tread piece on the back side. All the score lines we want to pre-fold. Really fold these well here, these tread pieces. You really want to get those bent over quite well. Break in all the little tread flaps there, those little tread pieces that bend around, and all the tabs. right. Okay, and then start folding them inward. And what we're going to do is we're going to install tab 14A into slot 14A. Just work that into place until it's all locked in. There you go. And then we're going to fold the next tread over. We're going to do the same thing here. And then we're going to do the same thing with the last step. So that's step 14, connecting all the tread pieces. All right. Now we're going to remove the twin stick pad cover from that little twin stick at the bottom. We're going to take our tread piece, we're going to be installing it onto the body here. So in step 15, so remove the twin stick pad covers on the inside of the model next to all those slots. There should be 4 of them. Go ahead and remove those little 1-inch twin stick pad covers on the inside. Some of them get tricky. You got to work at them until you get them off. All right. And then what you're going to do is turn the model sideways and just go ahead and help all of these tabs find their slots. All right, with the 16A tab, that large flap kind of down at the bottom there underneath. Now you don't want to pre-fold these tabs here because you want them to go in nice and straight. So if you pre-folded them earlier, that's going to make it a little more difficult, but help them find their slots. It's not going to be impossible, but you can do it. And then once it's all the way in place, you're going to take that flap down at the bottom, 16A, and secure that with the twin stick pad. And then take all these interior flaps and tabs that are sticking through and just fold those down and secure them into place on their respective twin stick pads. And now we're going to do the same thing on the other side, on the B side. We have the tread already assembled here. Remove all the twin stick pad covers, just like so. Flip the Bulldozer onto its side, and then we're going to grab our tread piece and just start guiding all of those tabs into their respective slots. Work your way around, snap it all the way in, push it down, make sure it's secure, and then fold flap 16B, secure it with a twin stick pad on the inside, and then fold 15B tabs all down onto their respective twin sticks. And now the treads are installed. Next, we're going to move on to the hydraulic pistons that support the front in step 17 here, that support the scoop. So we're going to go ahead and pre-fold on the back. And again, there's an A side and a B side, so you want to make sure you get these right. Pre-fold all the little tabs right here, just like shown. And then we're going to insert, well, you kind of build the piece out, hold it together, and then you're just going to kind of insert all of these tabs into their slots at the same time, and just push it in until the locking tabs snap into place. And then we're going to do the same thing on the B side. We're going to go ahead and pre-fold on the score lines that you see here. Just build the piece out, kind of hold it together in your palm, just like that. Pinch it closed, and then you're going to help all those tabs find their slots as you pinch it all together. And then you can push down until they all snap in. Just work them little by little. Shake it and shimmy it around until it snaps in. Next, we're going to be doing step 18 here, which is the scoop. This is the most complicated piece to do. It's actually quite easy to do once you see how it's done here. We're going to start by pre-folding on all the score lines on this piece. Really press hard on these flaps here on the sides. You really want to fold them all the way over and palm them down. Don't be shy about really rubbing them hard. All right, same thing here. Really press hard on that score line and here as well. So break in all those score lines. Break in these little triangular flaps here. Break those guys in. And then what we're going to do is back fold on these score lines right here around that big rectangle in the middle of the scoop. Back fold on the triangles as well. Those little tabs there, 18B, 18A. Back fold these guys, 19A and 19B. Back fold again right here. And back fold right there. All right, next we're going to be removing the twin stick pad right here. And what we want to do is just kind of fold the scoop in a way that that tab just like this. So that tab at the bottom there is going to reach in around the corner to where the twin stick is and grab onto it. If it doesn't grab on, if it can't reach the twin stick, that's okay. You can still hold it in place and you can still assemble it. So go ahead and just reach it around. Pinch it down if you can, if it reaches the twin stick. And then do the same thing at the top section here. Fold that little triangular tab down and make sure it's grabbing onto the twin stick. Just like that. And then we're going to remove the backing from the twin sticks here on the sides. Don't do the middle one yet. Do the sides and then do these longer ones here at the top part. And then what we're going to do is fold this top part right back onto itself. And you can see where these are going to be ending up. And go ahead and just secure it real snug all the way around. Break in those tabs there. Press it on really firmly. And then we're going to be closing off the sides just like this. All right, make sure that is really firm, very secure, real tight. And do the same thing on the other side here. And press it on, really engage those twin stick pads that are hidden underneath there. And there's your scoop completed. All right, so now we're going to be installing it on the front of the Bulldozer. Remove the final twin stick pad cover. You're going to slide tabs 22A and B down into their respective slots on the front. And then after you've slid it into place, you're going to tilt the scoop down and lock in the final twin stick pad on the scoop. And there is your Suitables Bulldozer complete. We hope you had a lot of fun building it and that your child has a lot of fun playing in it. Until next time.